we can't change what we have, so we just have to change what we do with what we have and how we do it, right?
As I talk about Nikki here, one thing to know about Nikki is that she has this incredible ability, in my opinion, to pull people together.
Okay, don't make me cry, okay?
You know it's going to happen at some point, right? When you talk about these people who just have this ability to kind of get people on board to do things and rally them around, it's Nikki, 100% Nikki. Total pillar of our community. She up and left for like a year to travel the world, as you do. And we were like, crumbled. The community crumbled. I'm not exaggerating. We were like, I haven't seen anybody in a year since Nikki left. You really are, you are kind of a bit of the glue that holds us together, I think. So it's no surprise to me that she's now taking on a bit of a fundraising role. Can you talk a little bit about that and what you're about to embark on?
Yeah. So when we up and left Barrie for 13 months,
left us like callously.
One of our highlights of our travels was to Cambodia, and just one of many, but we just had some really special connections that we made while we were there. We've stayed in touch, and when we were over there, we had the privilege of staying with this one family actually in their house in a village, small village in northeastern Cambodia, which is a part of Cambodia that a lot of people, it's not on the typical trail that people would get to. They go to Phnom Penh, they go to Angkor Wat and Siem Reap, right? But they don't necessarily get out that far. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of the path a little less traveled, and we did a jungle tour hike with a family, with a guy, and he brought us back. The second night, we spent a night in his house in this village, and kind of woke up that morning, the four of us sleeping in their familial bed that they gave to us to sleep in that night. And I just remember hearing all the sounds of the village getting going. And by that time, having been in Cambodia a while and had that real sense of community of what people do in Cambodia, like they may not have anything to physically give to you as a neighbor, but I have two hands, I have a little bit of rice left. Like that's just the way they work. And I remember Toast and I started whispering and talking about how, we have our charitable budget that we spend every year. And it's not a huge amount, but if we took that dollar amount and gifted it to this family or this community, that amount would change people's lives, right? And so, we decided from that moment on that we were going to shift our gift giving or our charitable giving from these larger charities, which do great work and are valuable that we have them, but we felt like it was very disconnected from our day-to-day life. We didn't see or feel the impact.
Right. So that's actually a really good way of putting it too, is like, it's, when you donate to larger companies, of course, they do great work, but you aren't actually seeing what your money's doing.
You get a tax receipt in February and it comes out of your bank account on the 22nd of the month or whenever you've got it set up for it. So we've had a relationship for 3 years. This past January, Toast and I went back to Cambodia for 10 days, I think it was. And that was brought about as a result of an accident that had happened to our friend's daughter, who was 4 now. And it was a bit touch and go with her for her life. She had a very serious accident. So while we were there, we were able to witness a bunch of work that some mentors that we look up to that are over there doing great work in Cambodia. They have a charity called Kids, KIDS, and they took us around and we just got a tiny little snapshot of things they were doing. But our friend got to come with us, our Cambodian friend, Hai. And on that day, he saw some things that inspired him and that he could see could be really beneficial back in his village. So Taos and I opened a bank account when we were in Cambodia because we had brought over some money from some fundraising we had done like very last minute due to this kind of medical emergency. And we had some left over, so we opened a bank account with the intent that we're not going anywhere. We're going to be in Cambodia and be doing more stuff.
Right.
And our friend Hai we asked him, we said, if there were one project that we could work on next that would be the most beneficial to your community, your village at large, what would that be? And he mentioned a water project we had seen that they placed them in the schoolyards because that's kind of a central gathering point in
Mm-hmm.
a lot of villages. It also inspires and motivates kids to get to school if they can go there and get clean, fresh drinking water.
Yeah.
We got a little more information from our friends and mentors through kids, and they gave us the thumbs up that they would help us facilitate that, because they've built many of them already and kind of had the framework and template already set up.
Mm-hmm.
So $10,000 is what they said we should kind of budget for. It varies a little bit depending how deep they need, like a bunch of different factors come into play. Yeah, $10,000 is our goal, to be able to put one of these in this village up in northeastern Cambodia. Mm-hmm. So we had our first official fundraiser
earlier this week, which was a blast. If anybody was on my Facebook, saw my horrible Grinch painting, which actually turned out pretty well in the end. If you stand really far back from it, it actually doesn't look too bad. The reason why I wanted to mention that is, of course, we were talking about this.
Yesterday.
Fundraiser.
Yeah.
In Barrie. It's awesome. Yeah.
Luckily, I have Leigh.
So excited. My brain is just going a million miles. I'm like, we're going to get custom jackets for everybody. I will say, being able to help in this way, where, you see pictures of Hai and his family and the village, and what's actually being done with that money is so much more satisfying and exciting to be able to help in that way.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to take people there. When you're in that space and you see, it's so cool. We can't change what we have, so we just have to change what we do with what we have and how we do it, right? Yeah. He's just that kind of person that when we approached him, and we had to be very gentle with how we approached him to begin with, because we never wanted to come across as
we're going to descend from on high to solve your problems.
Exactly. Yeah. So we actually broached it from a sense that we asked him if he would kind of be our liaison, saying we would like to help in general. On an ongoing basis. So if some years you need it for your family, for whatever, that's great. Or if the community, so we've done some stuff specifically to kind of ground his family that have given him kind of a lifelong business that he can perpetually make money from, right? And he's very smart that way. But then he'd be like, oh, the school needs some outdoor equipment, or we need some new desks and some new books. Right. So and that's just the way they are. They really are.
So this particular fundraising push that you're doing is for
this one project.
In the school.
Yeah, well, yes, it's for it'll be at the school, I think. That'll be, again, they'll have to send some people out to the actual facility to see if it'll work at their school. But it'll be for the village of about
but it'll be located at the school.
Yeah. So this will be, so we had a tiny little minor fundraiser last week, but this one will be big in the sense that in terms of the dollars I'm hoping to raise from it.
You're talking the Murder Mystery Fundraiser.
Murder Mystery Fundraiser. We haven't said what theme it is yet.
Should we make this? This is where we're gonna. We decided this like literally yesterday, probably this time. It was literally yesterday at this time.
I was sitting there texting talking to Toast to get ready for work.
All right. So
are we doing the Hawaiian theme or the
Murder in the 50s? And one of the great things about Murder in the 50s is that it's got, it's kind of like Archie meets Grease.
Archie is in like Archie and Jughead?
Archie and Jughead.
Awesome.
Meets Grease.
Awesome. So you know all the ins and outs of it. I don't know the storyline at all.
But the reason why I'm so excited about this is because I'm like, okay, so our suspects that have, so there's, our version of the Pink Ladies, which is the Purple Femmes, and then there's the T-Birds, which are the Peahawks, and they've got these gangs, right? So if you know Grease, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're like,
who doesn't know Grease?
Trust me, it's cool. It's cool. I don't know.
Maybe my kids.
Maybe.
That's
so within about 30 seconds of us deciding on this theme, I already had a place that was going to make us all jackets for like the Purple Femmes and the Peahawks and stuff. So I'm like, just imagine this sphere of people with the greaser haircut, or the greaser hairdos and everything. So I think that I have a couple of different ways we're going to do this, but there's definitely going to be jackets involved.
Jackets are involved.
Yeah, and poodle skirts.
Yes. And bobby socks.
And bobby socks.